गौरांगां दलिता हिरण्यकशिपो तनो भृंगां केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे। जय केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे। जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव। जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा कालचंडी राधा कालचंडी राधे Jayo Radha Kalachandji Radha Kalachandji Radhe. Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Paribrajakaacharya Ashtotraksi Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhai Charana Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Vibhid Sansthapak Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Paribrajakaacharya Ashtotraksi Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड श्री गिरि गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई जमुना माई की नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. On the auspicious occasion of Purushottam Adhik Maas, I will speak from Chaitanya Charitamrita on Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's travel to Sri Vrindavan Dham. In the 10th canto Bhagavatam, Lord Brahmaji is glorifying the Brajavasis and he says, Aho bhagyam Nanda Gopa Prajokasam. The Brajavasis, they are so fortunate because they are spending time in loving reciprocation with Krishna, as if Krishna is their own family member. Yanamitram Paramanandam Purna Brahma Sanatanam, where the rest of the universe and the creation is worshipping Krishna in the mood of being a Lord and Master in awe and reverence. the Brajavasis are expressing their intimate relation with Krishna. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu specifically came to share the glories of the Brajavasis, who are millionaires of love and service. How to serve, how to please Krishna in the midst of prosperity and adversity. So those who are aspiring to earn this mood of service, earn these feelings of love, to earn this attitude of serving in the midst of all kinds of adversities and prosperities, and consider that opportunity to serve Krishna to be their greatest wealth. For those who are aspiring to earn that wealth, the best place and the best people to connect with is Braj and the Brajavasis. Because only one who has wealth can share the wealth to the one who is seeking wealth. And therefore the aspiring sadhakas like us, we are seeking that wealth of genuine service attitude. And so naturally, just like a person seeking wealth goes to the bank and financial institutions, we go as beggars and seek the wealth of seva from the lotus feet of the Brajavasis. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu specifically appeared to take sannyas, and post sannyas he had only one agenda: to go to Sri Vrindavan Dham and settle there for life, to glorify Braj, to experience the love of Srimati Radharani for Krishna and experience that ecstasy. Ei rupaya chandale kirtano sanchare, nama prema mala gaunthi podila sansare. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to garland the entire universe with that Braja Prema, which was, that garland was strewn on the string of Harinama. That was Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood. And that's why on January the 14th, 1510 at Katwa, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes sannyas. As soon as he takes sannyas, Lord Chaitanya travels towards Vrindavan. But Nityananda Prabhu tells one cowherd boy that make sure that when Lord Chaitanya comes and asks you which is the way to Vrindavan, instead of showing him the way to Vrindavan, show him the way towards Bengal. Because Nityananda Prabhu was worried that after Lord Chaitanya's sannyas, the Navadvip Vasis would give up their lives in separation from Lord Chaitanya. So when Lord Chaitanya asked this cowherd boy which way to Vrindavan, he pointed towards Bengal. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the absorption of ecstasy of love of Krishna, came dancing towards Bengal, and then he comes to Shantipur, and then he sees the Ganges and he mistakes the Ganges for Yamuna. And he jumps into that, crying out in ecstasy the prayers for river Yamuna. Chidananda Bhano Sadananda Suno. And there he sees Advaita Acharya coming in a boat with a fresh set of clothes, because Lord Chaitanya had jumped with all of his clothes. So when Lord Chaitanya, while swimming in that Ganga, thinking it is Yamuna, looks at Advaita, Lord Chaitanya looks at Advaita Acharya and says, Advaita, what are you doing in Vrindavan? I never knew you are coming to Vrindavan. And Advaita said, my dear Lord, this is not Vrindavan, this is Shantipur. This is not Yamuna, this is Ganga. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that Nityananda Prabhu has cheated me and he has brought me here to Shantipur. But since he had already come to Shantipur, they organize a nice festival where all the Navadvip Vasis for the first time are seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in a fresh new avatar look, which is his sannyas clothes and without any hair. And when Sachi Mata sees Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like that, she cries, Tandiya bole na Sachi bachare nimai, Vishwarupa samano korihani thurai. My dear son, Nimai, I have a very earnest, humble request for you. Please do not behave the way your elder brother Vishwarup behaved. Because what did he do? He just left and he never came to see me. If you do that, I'll give up my life. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately responds to her and says that I will do whatever you say. I will follow your instruction. So at this point, Shachi Mata expresses to Lord Chaitanya that I want you to stay here in Navadvip. And Lord Chaitanya says, if someone takes sannyas and then stays at that very place, then people will criticize. And that criticism will hurt you also. So then, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had his desire to go to Vrindavan. Sachi Mata had her desire that Lord Chaitanya would stay in Bengal, in Navadvip. Both son and mother had two different desires which were in conflict, and when there is a conflict, to resolve it, there has to be a dialogue. As a result of the dialogue, there has to be a compromise, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu demonstrated the ultimate essence of sannyas or renunciation. That renunciation does not mean renunciation or giving up of one's clothes, of one's hair, of one's profession, of one's property, of one's assets. But real renunciation is renunciation of one's deeply held beliefs and plans. And Lord Chaitanya had his plan to go to Vrindavan and settle forever. He gave up that plan. And then a compromise was worked out that Lord Chaitanya would now stay in Jagannath Puri. And that is what finally it is described. And he says, Teho jadi iha rahe tabe mora sukh, tarananda hoy jadi seha mora dukh. Yes, if you stay here, people will not criticize, and that will be perfect for both you and me. And in this way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu makes this compromise after sannyas. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's journey to Vrindavan begins with his first plan getting failed. His first plan was to directly go from Katwa. It didn't work out and it failed. And he accepted this renounced order of life. And it's a fact that when someone takes to the renounced order, the family also gets many times bewildered and wonder what exactly is going on and everything. I was giving a young college student, some prasadam. And this college student looked at the prasad and said, no, I will not take. I said, you are the first guy who's refusing prasad. People refuse Bhagavad Gita, they never refuse prasad. Why are you refusing prasad? He said, I'm afraid if I eat the prasad, my hairstyle will become like yours. So many people have that fear. So Prabhupada said, why are we running the temples? And he said, we are running the temples so that, not because people will come and join the temple and become part of the temple full time as renunciants, but we are running these temples so that people can come and learn how to practice Krishna consciousness and worship Krishna at home and make their home into a temple. So I remember when I joined and my family was disturbed, I decided I'll do a program for them in our hometown. So I went to Chennai and we had almost 150 of my family members for an event. It was like a good congregation program. And I had taken one devotee with me, and in his lecture he said, pointing to me, that the Bhagavatam says, Trisaptavi Pita Puta Pitrabhi Satenaga, if anyone becomes a devotee of Krishna, 21 generations go to the spiritual world. So all of you sitting here will all go to Vaikuntha because he has become devotee. So everybody was clapping and they were smiling. And after the program, after the lecture, one cousin came to me and said, continue chanting, huh? Don't stop. And he said, if you have any problem, let me know. I never knew that by your practice of bhakti, I will get benefited. And therefore, Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport to Parikshit Maharaj's verse, where Parikshit Maharaj is expressing gratitude that Shukadeva Goswami arrived at this moment, at this place, at the right time, not because of my qualification, but because Pandavas were dear to Krishna. Apime Bhagavan Prita Krishna Pandu Sutta Priya. Because the Pandavas were loved by Krishna intensely. Paitra Satseve Prityartam Yatagotrasyatta Bandhav. My only qualification is I came in the same dynasty and became the grandson of Arjuna, because of which Krishna is delivering me through the association of Shukadeva Goswami. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also is demonstrating how, in spite of taking to the renounced order of life, he is respecting Shachi Mata's desire and then taking his plans back. And so Lord Chaitanya comes back to Jagannath Puri. And then from Jagannath Puri, after the conversation with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Lord Chaitanya goes to South India for 2 years. In 1512, Lord Chaitanya comes back. After a whole South India tour, he comes back to Jagannath Puri. And now, after spending the Rath Yatra in Jagannath Puri, he expresses desire to all the devotees that he wishes to go to Vrindavan. The devotees say, my dear Lord, Rath Yatra is just finished. Please wait till Janmashtami. So Lord Chaitanya waits till Janmashtami. Again he expresses, please give me permission to go to Vrindavan. The devotees say, please wait till Radhashtami. So Lord Chaitanya waits till Radhashtami. Then they say, please wait till Dashera. Then please wait till Kartik. And like that, the devotees go on postponing Lord Chaitanya's plan for 2 years. So for 2 years, Lord Chaitanya could not leave or would not leave because the devotees did not give their permission and blessings. So Kaviraj Goswami is referring to this. Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Swarat, he is supremely independent. He could have told the devotees, enough of your permission. I'll take care of, my journey. You guys are never going to give me permission. But Kaviraj Goswami says, Yadyapi swatantra prabhu nahe nivaran, bhakta ichha vina prabhu na kore gaman. Although Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was supremely independent, nobody could stop him. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu allowed himself to be controlled by the devotee's desire. Bhakta ichha vina prabhu no kore gaman. Without the devotee's permission and blessings, he did not want to go there. Showing that the path to Vrindavan is paved with Vaishnava Kripa, with Vaishnava's blessings and permission. Without that, one cannot enter into the mood of Shri Vrindavan Dham. Like that. And therefore, when Srila Prabhupada established Krishna consciousness in America, and then after a few years, he wanted to establish in other parts of the world, he sent devotees to different parts of the world. And many of those devotees told Srila Prabhupada, we are very, very new in Krishna consciousness. We do not have much experience. How do we actually make this happen? And Srila Prabhupada said, your main qualification is you are simply trying to fulfill my desire. And that is the source of all of your empowerment. Yah sarvalaukaika manobhiruchya saubhagya bhuka chit akrishtapachya. Raghunath Das Goswami is described as one who is supremely empowered because through his dealings, his humility, his submissiveness, his sincerity, and willingness to serve the devotees just showered Raghunath Das Goswami with profuse, unlimited showers and rainfall of blessings, so that his heart became so fertile that as soon as Yatrayamaro Panatulya Kala, the seed of bhakti fell in his heart, Sapre Mashaki Phalavan Atulya, it grew into a beautiful tree which immediately gave sweet fruits of love. And therefore Srila Prabhupada, he sent devotees all over the world. And in India, Prabhupada had a tough time establishing Krishna consciousness before 1965. He gave one book, Easy Journey to Other Planets, to one of his friends in Jhansi and said, read this book. It's newly published by me, written by me. His friend said, what will I get by reading this book? And Prabhupada said, you read this book, you will go to spiritual world, Golok Vrindavan. And his friend said, after going to Golok, can I come back to Jhansi? Prabhupada said, that's not possible. He said, I don't want the book. So this was the kind of experience he was getting in a country with, so many people who had been exposed to the culture, but the philosophy was not being accepted so easily. So we had His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj, Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Giriraj Maharaj, and so many of the devotees in the initial years come to India and establish Krishna consciousness. And in 1971, when Shyam Sundar Prabhu came, Prabhupada just gave him the freedom, because Prabhupada, being a great leader, had 5 qualities which made him so successful. He had humility, he had enthusiasm, he appreciated all the devotees' efforts, and he recognized excellence and empowered those with excellence. And Srila Prabhupada gave creative freedom. So Shyam Sundar Prabhu said, I want to organize a big Pandal program, and Prabhupada said, go ahead. And so he did all of his creative, wonderful arrangements, and he was driving a car through Kalbadevi market in Mumbai. And Kalbadevi market, for those who know Mumbai, is so crowded. And he had never driven cars in India before. It was his first visit to India. So in those days, to drive through such crowded lanes in India, just license is not sufficient. You need a lot of mystic power also. So as he was driving, he hit a person on the road. That person fell in front of the car, and a crowd surrounded the car. Shyam Sundar Prabhu thought, they are going to beat me up. He started chanting the holy names. The crowd looked inside, looked at Shyam Sundar Prabhu, then started beating up that guy who fell, was hit by the car. So Shyam Sundar Prabhu got bewildered, said, I made the mistake, why are they beating him? Then he thought, in India maybe they begin from there. And then they are going to beat me. So after some time the crowd moved aside and told Shyam Sundar Prabhu, you go ahead. So he was very bewildered. He took the window down and asked one gentleman, I made the mistake. Why did you beat him? And this man said, you are dressed like a devotee of Krishna. How dare he disturb you? So he got the realization that, this is a very, very unique place where even when you are dressed as a devotee of Krishna, people have such high respect and expectation. So Prabhupada literally established Krishna consciousness all over the world, because the devotees who were assisting him may have been introduced to Krishna consciousness very briefly, but they were totally aligned with Srila Prabhupada's desire. And that has such a potency and such a power that no material skill can actually compare with this. And so when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells Nityananda, Prativarsha nila chale tu mina asiba, gaudarahe mora ichha safala koriba. Nityananda, all the devotees will keep coming every year for Rath Yatra from Bengal except you. You have come for the first year, henceforward you are not going to come. So Prabhupada writes in the purport, oh, is this injustice towards Nityananda? Everybody is coming and enjoying the ecstasy with Lord Chaitanya. Why is Nityananda Prabhu not coming? So Prabhupada says that actually Nityananda Prabhu was the intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya, and by fulfilling the desire and the will of Lord Chaitanya, he was actually experiencing the deepest association. And so Lord Chaitanya himself is demonstrating that mood by accepting the will of the Vaishnavas. And so finally, Ramananda Rai, Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, both of them come together and tell Lord that, okay, now you can go. I think we have stretched our denial of your permission to the limits. 2 years we have held you back. Now you can go. So Lord Chaitanya starts his journey, and the whole Vaishnava community from Puri is following him. And Lord Chaitanya goes via Puri and he wants to go via Bengal. So he goes from Puri to Bhubaneswar to Cuttack, meets Prataprudra Maharaj, gives him mercy, and then he goes to Jajpur, and there in Jajpur he turns around and tells Gadadhar Pandit. Because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu makes sure that different devotees are sent back at different times. Ultimately he wants to go alone. So he looks at Gadadhar Pandit and says, what are you doing here? You have taken a vow to never leave Jagannath Puri. That is your vow, vrata. And second, you have got a seva to the lotus feet of Tota Gopinath. So a practicing devotee has two main assets. The only two assets a devotee has is his seva and his vrata. Right? Vrata and seva, which is vow and his service. And therefore Srila Prabhupada, he has asked us to chant 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra for those who are serious practitioners. And one college student was challenging me, why you Hare Krishna people always telling 16 rounds, 16 rounds? Where in Bhagavad Gita Krishna is telling Arjuna, chant 16 rounds? Is there any verse? On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, did Krishna ever ask Arjuna, Arjuna, have you finished your rounds? Did Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra ever tell Krishna, my dear Lord, can you take the chariot behind that tree? 4 rounds are remaining. I want to complete and then continue my fight. From where the 16 rounds, 16 rounds? I am already in tension in job. My job boss is asking me for numbers. So many people are having so many targets for me. I come to temple to relax. Here also you guys are giving target. 4 rounds, 8 rounds, 16 rounds. I thought bhakti is for relieving stress. You guys are giving more stress. So I said, okay, what is your philosophy? He said, my philosophy is bhakti should be done deep within the heart. So deep that even I don't know where it is. So I said, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna, Satatam kirtayanto mam. Chant 24 hours. Can you chant 24 hours? Because you and me cannot chant 24 hours, Srila Prabhupada said, at least chant 16 rounds. So the guy looks at me and says, Prabhupada ki jai. So the idea is the vrata, the vow, and the seva. These are the two anchors to establish our sambandha or relationship with Krishna. Kuladhi devata more modan mohan jar sevak raghunath rupa sanatan. So the Sambandha Murti is Shri Madan Mohan, to establish our connection and our relationship. So Lord Chaitanya turns to Gadadhar Pandit, who is personification of Srimati Radharani, and naturally wants to come with Lord Chaitanya to Vrindavan. And Lord Chaitanya turns to Gadadhar Pandit and says, no, go back. You cannot travel with me. Prabhu lagi dharma karma chhade bhaktagan, bhakta dharma hani Prabhu nahoye sahan. The devotees were willing to give up their vow and their service just to be with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and be in his association. Because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was personification of ecstasy, bliss. Who would not want to be around bliss personified? But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no. If you give up your vow and if you give up your service, that would be irresponsible. And that's not the way by which we enter Vrindavan. Vrindavan is for those who agree to be absorbed in their service and absorbed in their vows of chanting. The path to Vrindavan is through absorption. And the path to repeated birth and death is through distraction. And therefore, entering into Vrindavan is serious business, and not for those who get distracted by various kinds of entertainments and other kinds of activities. And so Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes ahead, and then the political situation in India at that point was such that there were rulers in Bengal who were not favorable for Sanatan Dharma. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being a monk in the Gaudiya tradition, for him to cross the border, it took a few days of permission which Prataprudra Maharaj associate took for him. And then the governor from the other side was practicing another religion. He came because he heard about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtana and he got curious. And then when he comes to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he at that point offers his obeisances. And Lord Chaitanya embraces him. Saikahe more jade koila angikar, ek agya deha seva koriye tomar. And he completely transforms in ecstasy. And by the power of that ecstasy, he says, my dear Lord, if you have accepted me, the symptom of you accepting me is you give me some steady, serious, responsible service. So Srila Prabhupada says, everybody is chanting Hare Krishna, but how do you know that the Lord is affected seriously by our chanting of Hare Krishna and is accepting our plea seriously? That is proved when we receive some steady service. The proof of Lord accepting our prayer is at that time, Ek agya deha seva koriye tumar, paya jara agya dhan, brajera vaishnavagan, vando sabha mukhya horidas, Chaitanya bilasa sindhu kollolera, eka bindu taha kana kohe Krishna das. Kaviraj Goswami says, my dear Lord, the devotees here in Braj have given me instruction. I consider this agya, this instruction, to be a great dhan, a great wealth, to write about Lord Chaitanya's pastimes post sannyas. So agya, or the instruction, is to be considered as a dhan or wealth. But many times when we get agya, we think it's agya gun, that somebody is putting on our head and telling us, do this, do that. So therefore, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at this point gives his supreme mercy to this person and gives him the instruction and service Please organize us for us to cross this particular river so that we can reach Bengal. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Advaita Acharya's place in Shantipur. So Srila Prabhupada wanted to make one of his disciples president. And this devotee found out that Prabhupada is thinking like this. He didn't want to be president. So he made a whole list of reasons why he cannot be president. And he kept it in his pocket and came to meet Prabhupada, thinking that I am well prepared to defend this instruction so that I don't have to be president. When Prabhupada saw him, Prabhupada, looked at him and said, I have a service for you. And this devotee was ready with his list of reasons. He said, yes, Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said, I want you to take sannyas. This devotee got bewildered. He thought he didn't hear properly. Srila Prabhupada, what did you say? Prabhupada said, I want you to take sannyas. He says, Prabhupada, I just got married. Prabhupada said, so what? Krishna will take care of your family. He said, but Prabhupada, I have a small son. Prabhupada said, don't worry. Krishna is there. Prabhupada, my senses are not in control. Prabhupada said, you take sannyas, the power will come. Take sannyas. And this devotee got nervous. His head was reeling. He said, Prabhupada, I'll do anything, but I cannot take sannyas. Prabhupada said, become president then. So many times we are chanting and saying, please engage me in your service. Please engage me in your service. And Krishna takes our prayer seriously, and when the service comes, we change the prayer. Please engage him in your service. Please engage them in your service. Why are you giving me so much service? Krishna gets confused. I thought 2 hours you shouted in the morning. Please engage me. Oh, that I was joking, I was not serious. You took it seriously, my Lord. Oh. So that's how the distracted chanting happens, when there is misalignment between our prayer and our intention. And therefore, here, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes to Bengal, and when he is in Bengal, that's when he meets in Ramakeli his 2 most important associates, Rupa and Sanatan. So another very important point, that before entering Braj, we have to get the blessings of the Brajvasis. So Rupa and Sanatan are eternal Brajvasis, Manjaris from the spiritual world. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited them. And both of them, with straw between their teeth, surrendered to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and says, Mora karma mora hathe golaye bandhiya kubishaya bishta garthe diyache phelaiya. We are drowning in the mud of sense gratification. Please relieve us. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu looks at them and says, I give you initiation, I give you the name Rupa and Sanatan. My first instruction to you after initiation is, Aji hoite duhar naam Rupa Sanatan, dainya chhada tomar dainya phate moraman. My first instruction is, give up your humility. What an instruction they got. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was moved by them. And then, after that, Sanatan Goswami looks at the millions of people following Lord Chaitanya and tells Lord Chaitanya, you are planning to go to Vrindavan with these millions of followers? They are all attracted to you, but there is no guarantee why they are attracted, who they are. Vrindavan is a place when one needs to be completely absorbed in thoughts of Krishna and serving Krishna. How will that absorption be enabled in the presence of so many people who you do not know? How they will react and respond and behave. Durlabha durgamasai nirjan Vrindavan ekaki jai ma kiba sange ekajan. Sanatan Goswami, who met Lord Chaitanya for the first time at that moment, very honestly, openly tells Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, my dear Lord, it is not appropriate for you to go to Vrindavan with these millions of people. Because Vrindavan is durlabha. It is very rare, durgama, very difficult to achieve. Ekaki jaiba. Better you go alone. Or ekaki also means it could be many people, no problem. But ekaki, they have to be one in purpose. That they are only going there not for any frivolous activity, not for entertainment, not with sense gratificatory desires, but they are actually going there as a beggar to beg for seva from their lordships and from all the different deities and the personalities and the trees and every atom of Vrindavan. They have to be aligned. And you do not know who they are. Ekaki jaiba kiba songe ekajan. At the most take one person. Therefore, my dear Lord, my opinion is you please do not go to Vrindavan. So Sanatana Goswami is so influential, the Prime Minister of Bengal. And Lord Chaitanya has just glorified him that give up your humility. He's so humble, but still he is very honest and tells Lord Chaitanya. So this is the second time Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's plan fails to go to Vrindavan. He's almost reached Bengal. He has reached Bengal and he has to go to Kanai Natshala, and then he is forced to come back. And when he come back, all the devotees in Puri are surprised. Oh, my dear Lord, you went to Vrindavan and came back so soon? He says, no, I went only till Bengal, I had to return back. And then Lord Chaitanya looks at Gadadhar Pandit and says, I could not go to Vrindavan because I broke Gadadhar Pandit's heart. Because Gadadhar Pandit wanted to come, I did not accept that. I broke his heart. If someone breaks devotee's heart, they cannot achieve Vrindavan. So Gadadhar Pandit did not say, yes, my dear Lord, you understood. You are so right. Gadadhar Pandit says, no, my dear Lord, wherever your lotus feet touch, that place becomes Vrindavan. That is where Ganga and Yamuna and all the holy places are. So Lord Chaitanya, he had left in 1514 and he came back. And then again Rath Yatra of 1515 happened. After Rath Yatra, Lord Chaitanya again starts asking, let me go again to Vrindavan. Third attempt. So this time the devotees say, at least take one servant with you. And Lord Chaitanya is very hesitant. He says, Arey, last time I took one servant, Kal Krishna Das. I had to become his servant. So I don't think I need any servant. I'll go alone. No, my dear Lord, you have to take servant. So Lord Chaitanya says, okay, I will take servant who has two qualities. He has to be a brand new devotee and he has to have the maturity of an experienced devotee. So Lord Chaitanya thought they can't find anybody with these two conditions. Nutana Sangi hoi jabeka snigdhayaraman. He should be Nutan, new, but should be very strong. Highly advanced new devotee. So the devotees, they started discussing and found out one person. His name was Balabhadra Bhattacharya. Swarup kohe ei Balabhadra Bhattacharya tomate susnigdha bada pandita sadhu arya. My dear Lord, this is Balabhadra Bhattacharya. He has all the qualities of an ideal servant. And an ideal servant has four qualities. First, his intention is to please the master. Second, Pandit. He has the intelligence of what choices to make in the service to the master. Sadhu. He is very well behaved. He is actually got control over his own senses. And fourth is his interpersonal dealings, Arya, are ideal. He knows how to deal with others. So therefore, my dear Lord, he has all of these qualities. Please take him with you. And Lord Chaitanya says, okay, fine. And so on the Dashera of 1515, Lord Chaitanya begins his travel from Jagannath Puri to go to Vrindavan, but this time via forest of Jharkhand. Previously it was supposed to be Bengalis connected to Vrindavan through Grand Trunk Road, very nice comfortable road, and so many devotees, but this was uncharted territory, very difficult. So Lord Chaitanya is traveling through Jharkhand forest, and Balabhadra Bhattacharya is going for the first time. He doesn't know Lord Chaitanya so much, and he sees Lord Chaitanya is embracing, animals, and lions and tigers are around, and Lord Chaitanya is making them dance. He was not ready for this kind of a Sankirtan. And Lord Chaitanya is jumping into the water and splashing water on the elephants, and the elephants are jumping. So Balabhadra Bhattacharya is constantly terrified. But he is still traveling. And at one point at night, after taking a bath and lighting a fire, Lord Chaitanya is sitting with Balabhadra Bhattacharya, and he expresses gratitude to Balabhadra Bhattacharya. And he says, Kripara samudra dina hine dayamoy, Krishna kripa vina kona sukha nahi hoy. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the midst of the forest, in the middle of the night, with no one around, only him and Balabhadra Bhattacharya, is revealing the greatest secret the whole creation is searching for, the secret to happiness in life. And there is no audience, it is only Balabhadra Bhattacharya. And the greatest secret he reveals in the middle of that Jharkhand forest at night. What is that? Kripara samudra dina hine dayamoy. Those who recognize Krishna to be an ocean of mercy. Kripara samudra. Dina hine dayamoy, and who's always merciful to the fallen, and realize that the essence of life is Krishna kripa vina kona sukha nahi hoy. That whether prosperity comes in my life, it is by the will and the good wishes of Krishna. And adversity comes in my life, that is also by the will of Krishna. That anything and everything which comes in my life I accept as Krishna's prasad. But from my side, I continue to only offer one thing: service to Krishna and the desire to please Krishna. Whether in prosperity or adversity, my meditation does not change. I only want to serve and please Krishna. Tomara sevaya dukkha hoye jata, seto parama sukha, seva sukha dukkha parama sampada, nashaye avidya dukkha. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, in your service, my dear Lord, whatever I experience, sukha or dukkha, is actually the cause of greatest sukha only. So therefore, whatever we experience in life, if we get the ability to see that as nothing but Krishna's blessings and Krishna's special mercy upon us, that is the cause of great pleasure and joy. I was doing puja seva in Chopati many years ago, and one young boy entered the temple, and I was the pujari. He came and gave me a bag and said, offer this to Radha Gopinath. And I looked inside, it was a pair of boxing gloves. I looked at that and told him, I can't offer this to the deities. He said, I attended Gita course and they said, whatever new you buy, you should offer to the deities. So I am a boxer. I have purchased these gloves. You are a pujari. Stop asking questions. Offer. Jai Shri Shri Radha Kalachand Ji ki. So as soon as he said that, I had no choice, but I took those pair of gloves, offered it to Radha Gopinath Ji, and gave the boxing gloves back to him. And I told him, what are you going to do with this now? And he looked at the gloves and said, whoever I punch will get Radha Gopinath's mercy now. So I said, that's not the goal of life. The goal of life is to be able to understand whatever situation I am in is only by the grace of Krishna. So therefore, Lord Chaitanya makes a very important point. I had a plan to go to Bengal and from Bengal go to Vrindavan. That plan failed. But who made it fail? We may say Sanatana Goswami. But what Lord Chaitanya says? Sanatana mukhe Krishna ama shikhaila. That it is through Sanatana Goswami, using Sanatana Goswami as an instrument, Krishna has brought me on this path. So he is not name calling, he is not blaming, he is not complaining, he is not pointing fingers at Sanatana Goswami, you failed my plan. He is saying, Sanatana mukhe Krishna ama shikhaila. It is Krishna only. He may use any instrument to teach us the lesson which we need to learn. If we are able to develop that vision, that is the purpose why temples are built, why the Vaishnava Satsang thrives, is so that we can get this idea and understanding. And so Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes to Vrindavan, and then he is in ecstasy. For 2 months he is in ecstasy. Every day, millions of people are coming for appointment with Lord Chaitanya, and they approach Balabhadra Bhattacharya and says, we want Lord Chaitanya to come to our house for lunch. We want him to come for dinner. And Balabhadra Bhattacharya is not able to handle this. He is bewildered. And then people start criticizing Balabhadra Bhattacharya. So he comes to Lord Chaitanya after 2 months and says to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sahitena pari ami, loker gadabadi, nimantrana lagi loka kore huda hudi. My dear Lord, I am not able to tolerate this chaos. You want me to serve you, but I can't manage these millions of people who are bothering me. So please, I cannot handle this. In the morning, you go from Imlitala, you go from here, Akrur Ghat to Imlitala, and you chant all day in Imlitala peacefully. But you don't know what is happening here. Pratah kal aise loka tomare na paye, tomare na paye loka mora matha khaye. People come and they start eating my head early in the morning. And therefore, my dear Lord, I agree, you are bliss personified. But my current situation is, although I am with bliss personified, serving bliss personified, udvigna hoila prana, sahitena pari. I am a personification of anxiety right now. So therefore, just being near to someone or something is not going to change our experience unless our heart opens up and we are willing to serve in the right mood. It will simply be an exercise in futility. And therefore, when he mentioned this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstasy was growing every day. He didn't look at Balabhadra Bhattacharya and say, I never wanted you to come with me. I always knew there will be some problem. The first guy also created problem in South India. North India also the guy is creating problem. So Lord Chaitanya also did not react like that. Or he could have said, you go. You are in anxiety, you go. I'll stay here, you go. I'll manage. Lord Chaitanya says, Jagyapi Vrindavan tyage nohi prabhurman bhakta ichha purite kohe madhur vachan. Lord Chaitanya did not have an iota of desire to leave Vrindavan. But he realized Vrindavan is not just a physical space. Vrindavan is the consciousness where we are respecting devotees' desire. We are sensitive to those desires and we are trying to please the devotee. And Lord Chaitanya did not think, who are you, Balabhadra? What is your background? How much time you have spent with devotees? Who are you to tell me? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was sensitive to the feelings of such a young, new devotee, Balabhadra Bhattacharya, and was willing to change his plan for that. And so he says, Tumyagyayani dekhaila Vrindavan. Lord Chaitanya says, by your mercy I have seen Vrindavan. He tells Balabhadra Bhattacharya, and I will not be able to repay this debt to you. So therefore, we are grateful to Srila Prabhupada's and Prabhupada's disciples. While translating Srimad Bhagavatam between 1972 to 75 period, Srila Prabhupada took a break from translating Bhagavatam and translated and gave commentaries to the entire Chaitanya Charitamrita. And Srila Prabhupada instructed his BBT managers at some point to complete the printing of the Chaitanya Charitamrita in 2 months. And therefore, thanks to that fantastic historic efforts by Srila Prabhupada and his disciples, our generation is able to have access to all of that literature, because till Srila Prabhupada wrote the Bhagavatam commentaries and Chaitanya Charitamrita commentaries in English, these were only available in Sanskrit and Bengali, and we did not have any access. So therefore we are grateful to Srila Prabhupada, we are grateful to his disciples, we are grateful to His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj and all the other devotees who came all the way to establish Krishna consciousness in India, because of which today we in India are benefiting so much. Tamal Krishna Maharaj was one of the first GBCs in India. Today the preaching has grown to such an extent that amongst the youth colleges, we are having 10,000 college students chanting 16 rounds in more than 200 colleges in India. Yes, but it was only possible because someone, sometime, somewhere made huge sacrifices to invest their time and energy to spread Krishna consciousness. And so when I come here at Shri Radha Kalachandji temple at the lotus feet of Shri Radha Kalachandji, I feel overwhelmed with gratitude for all of those valiant soldiers of Srila Prabhupada who spent their prime years of their youth in spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world. And the only way we can repay is do our bit to share Krishna consciousness with others and do our bit to practice our vows and perform our services sincerely. Because as Lord Chaitanya tells Gadadhar Pandit, the only 2 assets a devotee really has are his vows and his service. And I'm also very grateful to Sri Nityananda Prabhu and all the devotees here at ISKCON Dallas for inviting me and hosting me for this evening in the auspicious month of Purushottam Adhik Mas. And I congratulate all of you for taking this Krishna consciousness movement to the next level here in Texas. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So I think there are some youth here. They should lead Kirtan. You make an announcement.
I want to hear from you.
I don't know what.
तो बाद में करना. Okay.
Haribol, get somebody to sing.
start though. He just said somebody.